ERi-TV news broadcast crew and I, Delit Zahai, are now ready for your daily news briefing at 10:30 local time. First, let us catch up with the major headlines. Encouraging efforts to enhance educational capacity conducted in Gashbarka. Training on social science to youth in Massawa. Israel strikes kill 10 in new Lebanon ceasefire breach. And over 120 killed in floods across Niger, says UN spokesperson. Proceeding with our reports. At an activity assessment meeting conducted in Baronto on 21st and 22nd October, the Minister of Education branch in Gashbarka region reported that encouraging efforts are being exerted to enhance educational capacity. Mr. Franco Kubaba, Director General of Social Service in the region, called for active public participation in ensuring the development of the teaching and learning process with a view to producing competent students. The participants conducted extensive discussion on ensuring equitable access to education, identifying and addressing the cause of student dropouts, upgrading teachers' training, the literacy programs, summer work program, boarding school administration, as well as cultural and sports activities. Ms. Silas Asmelash, head of the 8th grade national examination follow-up, stated that out of the students who sat for 2024-2025 8th grade national examination, 14,000 students, of whom 44% were females, achieving passing marks. She further noted that this represents a 26% increase in compared with previous year. Ambassador Mohammed Ali Houri, governor of the region, noting that efforts to enhance educational capacity are yielding commendable results and called for reinforced initiative to align the growing number of students attending regular education with the increasing number of educational facilities. In Gashbarka region, there are 699 schools ranging from kindergarten to high school, providing active educational services to about 211,000 students. As part of the effort to enhance the political awareness of youth, the Massawa branch of the National Union of Eritrean Youth and Students have provided social science training to 41 youth in the subzone, indicating that the objective of the program was to nurture competent and responsible youth. Mr. Dawit Takhlom, head of the Union branch, said that the program will continue in other subzones of the region. Mr. Suleiman Yusuf, head of the political and organizational affairs of PFDJ in the Northern Red Sea region, noted that significance of the training in enhancing the overall awareness of youth and called on the trainees to apply the knowledge gained in implementing the objective of the Union and to become exemplary to their peers in their respective areas. Mr. Mokonan Tesfamarem, administrator of the port city of Massawa, for his part emphasized the importance of the training and expressed his readiness to stand alongside the Union branch in all its endeavors. Straight ahead is our international news after the short break. Welcome back. At least 10 people have been killed in Israeli airstrike on eastern and southern Lebanon, according to the country's Ministry of Health, the latest violation of the ceasefire agreement signed last November. The NNA had earlier said the Israeli warplanes launched a series of violent airstrikes in the eastern mountain range in the Bekaa region near the border with Syria. It also reported that 2 Israeli airstrikes targeted the Hermel range of the country's northeast. The Israeli military said it had attacked sites linked to Lebanese armed group Hezbollah in the east and the northern Lebanon, including a military camp and the site for the production of precision missile in the Bekaa Valley. The conflict erupted in October 2023 after Hezbollah began firing rockets towards Israel in what is said is a solidarity with people in Gaza after Israel launched a war on besieged Palestinian territory. By the time the ceasefire was reached in November the following year, more than 4,000 people have been killed and almost 17,000 wounded. The Fragile truce is under further strain as Lebanon grapples with a plan pushed by the United States and Israel in disarm Hezbollah, a plan which the group and its allies opposes. On our last report, more than 120 people have been killed due to deadly floods across Niger, the UN spokesperson said on Thursday. Authorities in Niger said the flooding during this year's rainy season, which generally begins in June, has affected some 550,000 people, with the region's Dosso, Tilaberi, and Maradi worst affected. Farhan Haq, deputy spokesperson for the UN Secretary General, told reporters in a daily briefing. The floods have also destroyed nearly 55,000 houses and left over 10 acres of farmland underwater, Haq said, citing the UN Office for the Coordination of the Humanitarian Affairs. The United Nations and humanitarian partners are working to support the government-led relief effort in Niger, but resources remain extremely limited, with this year's repose plan for the Niger totaling $603 million and less than fifth funded, he said. Dear viewers, we've come to the end of tonight's news. Let's have a quick recap of the headlines. Encouraging efforts to enhance educational capacity conducted in Gashbarka region. Training on social service to youth in Massawa. Israeli strikes kill 10 in New Lebanon ceasefire breach. And over 20 killed in floods across Niger, says UN spokesperson. And that wraps up our stories for tonight. Thanks for watching and have a good night.